There you are.
There you are.
All right.
Hello.
All right.
So, just to begin our conversation, could you tell us a bit more about the background of Muay Thai? What's behind it? Maybe the history?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Muay Thai is actually a traditional martial art originally from Thailand when we say about Muay Thai. However, actually, the Burmese country also have more or less a similar style of martial arts. Nowadays, Muay Thai is one of the most favorite martial arts in Indonesia because of it utilizes more than one movement and more muscles involved in each strike. So in that sense, when you exercising it, actually you generate more power and burn more calories. So it's very beneficial for both martial arts and also keeping your body fit and healthy.
You know, I've done Muay Thai a few times, and for me, it's like cardio. I'm also always out of breath, even from the beginning, from the warm-up. But is Muay Thai a formal discipline where practitioners are ranked based on belts, or how do we differentiate between amateur and professional?
Well, interesting. Yeah. Unlike the other type of martial arts like karate, you have a certain level where you have the belts.
Yeah.
In Muay Thai, there is no particular level. So actually, the amateurs and the professional can train actually in the same place at the same time. Only the intensity makes the difference. For instance, in the studio or in the gym where I teach Muay Thai, we have all class, all fitness level, all age, so people can very welcome and join the class.
You know, Muay Thai just so happens to be one of my absolute favorite sports, and I've been doing a lot of Muay Thai, not pre-pregnancy, of course, not yet since the pandemic. But this is a very common question. Now, I do know the difference, and but could you explain to some people who think that Muay Thai is quite similar to kickboxing because it is boxing and kicking? But I understand that there are actually a lot of positional differences. Could you please enlighten us on the true differences between kickboxing and Muay Thai?
Well, yes, indeed, it's an interesting question, and a lot of people ask about it as well. Yeah. To some extent, actually, both are the same because you can punches, you can kick, right? However, from my understanding, kickboxing is not really a martial art. It's more towards a fighting system, a competition system, just like MMA. And also the way you execute it is also different. For instance, kickboxing only allow 4 strike of points, so only 2 times punches and also kicks. 2 hands and 2 legs strike. And Muay Thai we have 8, so it's also well known as the art of 8 limbs. So you can use both of your punches, both of your legs, and also elbow and also knees. So that's the main differentiation from both sports.
Wow, that's interesting. And also, if we saw the history, there's a bit of westernization of the Muay Thai itself. We saw it from the history where it was like a real fighting in a war. But today it become a sport. So what I want to know is, we saw the classes, you do Muay Thai together. So there is not a necessary thing to have an opponent or what, like a partner? What is it in Muay Thai?
Well, yeah, when you're talking about sparring, then of course you have to have an opponent, otherwise you fight against yourself. But there is several phases of the training. For instance, shadow boxing and also heavy back work. You can do it by yourself in the studio, just like here, for instance. You have a big mirror just to checking your form during the shadow boxing, which I do it quite often, and we do it quite often to improve our technique. That's, for instance, the type of training that you can do it by yourself.
I see.
All right.
Don't have to have an opponent then.
Yeah.
I said right.
Yeah.
So let's talk more detailed about this. So what muscles are trained and developed when practicing Muay Thai?
Yes, this is also the reason why Muay Thai is very popular for weight loss and body shaping. So instead of just using your shoulders and arm during the punches, actually the power generates from the core, which is your abs and your back, and also your lower body. So when you're throwing punch, it's in the fitness industry we call it compound movement, a movement that actually involving more than one muscle and more than one joint. So one punches, you move your core, your upper body and lower body. In that sense, you burn more calories. So which muscle that we train during Muay Thai? It's full body movement, upper, lower, and core.
Wow.
Hence 3 T-shirts.
Yeah.
It cannot any less than 3 T-shirts. But we talk about the muscles that are being trained. Also, apart from training more than one muscle at a time, what health benefits can we receive by regularly practicing Muay Thai?
Yeah, a lot of, for sure, a lot of, yeah. First, with the explosive movement, you burn more fat. That's, I already mentioned it. But it's also the fastest way to get in shape, yeah, because your calorie burn is not only happening during the workout, but also after. That's what we call it after burn. It can last from 2 hours up to 6 hours after your training. So can you imagine that how much calorie you burn after the workout? Yeah, during the workout maybe you burn like 300, but after that you can go another 300. So it's double.
Wow.
So it's more than just cardio, right?
More than just cardio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is more than just cardio because you also generate muscle tissues during weight training, right? Which actually boost your metabolism. So when you have a high metabolism, actually during your sleep time even, you burn more calories. So it's only about burning, and burning. That's why it's so effective.
Wow. So there's the knee, there's the punch, there's the kicking, there's the whatever. It's like the 3 upper bodies that he mentioned that's going to be practiced during this. But how many times in a week though? And some people might just do it as a start because they haven't done it before. So what do you think the ideal frequency of duration for beginners or maybe them who have done it for quite a longer period? What's your advice on this?
Well, our advice in the gym that I lead, actually the classes is around 90 minutes to 2 hours, right? 120 minutes. That's pretty long. If you're a beginner, of course, your body need to adjust, right?
Yeah.
So I would suggest, take it slow, enjoy the class. Anytime you need the break, feel free to step out a little bit, catch your breath, have a drink, and then later on, when you already regain your heart rate, so to speak, just jump back in. Try to finish the whole class because each phase have each own purpose, and it's different fun also. With regards to the frequency, actually 2 to 3 times per day, per week.
Hey,
Per day, you're gonna.
my fat will be reduced to nothing for that month.
Is sufficient. However, we do have classes 5 times per week, and as long as you have 1 day off, you will have sufficient time to recover and also to develop the better energy and the better muscle form.
Okay, so 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Now, usually if we go to the gym or the studio, the equipments are like already provided for us. But what equipments do we need for Muay Thai that we personally need?
Well, interesting. Well, actually, Muay Thai only need a pair of comfortable clothes, yeah. So shorts, t-shirts, and of course, for the hygiene purpose, you will like to have your own hand wrap,
Yeah.
right? Hand wrap and then boxing glove. That's it, I think.
That's it.
That's it.
Is there any specific shoes though? Or you're not wearing
no
any
shoes,
shoes?
right?
No
shoes
shoes.
at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
No shoes at
So
all.
barefoot.
No shoes. But
Barefoot, exactly.
are the shin guards actually necessary, or is
Shin
that
guards,
just?
yeah.
So the shin
Yes,
guards. are
shin guard and half guard is for protection, but is only used during the sparring.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's an interesting introduction to Muay Thai, and later on, during the next segment, we're going to practice it. So bear with us.
Yes. So
Well, I'm certainly excited to start.
I'm excited to watch you guys.
Oh yeah,
All right,
Bergamo
take a
can't do
break.
it.
We're scheduled for a break now, but they will perform some Muay Thai moves with Adecar Nugroho when we return. So keep it right here only on See Today.